Hello, Mama. Welcome to this upper body postnatal yoga class. Today, we're going to be focusing on releasing tension and stress from our shoulders, our neck, our wrists, arms, everything in the upper body. If you're breastfeeding like I am, or even if you're bottle feeding, it's a lot of looking down and a lot of strain on the neck, the rhomboids, the trapezius, everything in the shoulders. So that's why I designed this class specifically to release tension in these areas. Since we're not going to be focusing on anything in the lower body, then this class is great to do after birth. Even within a week of giving birth, you are welcome to do this class. However, please always consult with your doctor or your midwife first. Maybe even show them this video and make sure that you get the clearance to move in your body before actually practicing it. I'll try to keep class shorter today, as knowing from my own experience with my 7-week-old son, the breaks for yourself are few and far between and also quite short. I attempted to film this class with my son here in his little carrier, but he was a little fussy and he fed a lot and we couldn't get him to go to sleep. So now Flo took him and he's on a walk in his carrier and he's probably passed out now. So here I am alone filming, but it's going to be great. I have you and me and we'll do this class together. All you need today is your yoga mat and a pillow or a cushion to sit on, and let's begin. We'll start in a comfortable seat. You can either sit as I am with one ankle in front of the other. You can also just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. So whatever feels best for you. Take the time to settle in here. You can rest your hands in your lap or on your knees. Let's just close down the eyes on the exhale. Keep the eyes closed and just take a few deep breaths here. As you inhale, sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, open mouth, release. Take 2 more deep breaths. Deep inhale, exhale, open mouth, release, maybe even make a sigh. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Seal the lips. And put all of your attention on the breath. Taking a moment to appreciate that you are prioritizing yourself, that you're taking the time to feel good in your body and filling your own cup so you can continue to serve your family, your babies, and everyone that comes in contact with you. You deserve this time. So really drop into your body, drop into your breath, and drop into the present moment so we can really make the best of this time to ourselves. You can keep your eyes closed or you're welcome to open them. Interlace the hands behind your back and bring the fist over to your right hip. Gently bring your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Pause here. Feel that stretch from your shoulder all the way up your neck, maybe even to your ear. And then option to slowly bring the head forward. Feeling all the muscles in the neck stretch. And then bring the head back over to the right. Let's do one more. Chin to the chest. Head back to the right. Bring your head to center and switch. The fist comes to the left hip. Left ear down to the left shoulder. Pause here. Option to take your chin to the chest, nice and slow. Ear to the shoulder. One more. Chin to the chest. Ear to the shoulder. And head back up to center. Blink open your eyes if you had them closed. Bring both hands to the knees. And let's start to make some circles around the pelvic floor. So almost like your pelvic bowl is an actual bowl, and you have a giant ladle, and you're kind of stirring everything in. So making big circles here. And switch directions on the circle. Great. Back to neutral spine. Right fingertips come down to the ground. Left arm reaches up over your head. Side bend to the right. And release. Left fingertips down. Right arm up over your head. And release. You can either cross over the ankles or just bring the knees together. We're making our way into a tabletop. You can move the pillow off to the side. So the wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. And let's do some shoulder protraction, retraction. So you're going to come onto the top of your feet, let the feet relax. And then you're going to sink the chest down towards the ground, keep the arms straight, and bring your shoulder blades together on your back as if your shoulder blades are kissing behind you. And then start to push the ground away around the back. Arms are still straight. And again, sink the chest down and press it up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Now come onto the backs of the hands. The fingertips point towards the knees. Keep the arms straight. If you need to bring the hands closer to the knees, you can. But then you're going to lean back gently. Start to stretch out your wrists and your forearms. For me, at least when I'm carrying my son, I was surprised at how sore my forearms and my wrists have gotten from just holding him when I'm standing or even sitting while I'm breastfeeding. So it's really good to also stretch the forearms and the wrists. Now come onto the palms of the hands, but the fingers are still going to point towards the knees. So now the backs of the hands are up towards the sky. And then again, sit back. Now we'll stretch out the forearms and the wrists in the other direction. You can rock left and right. Great. Start to walk your hands forward, make your way into puppy pose. So for this, you're going to keep your hips above your knees and then walk your hands forward. Let the chest start to sink down towards the ground. Or you can either keep the arms straight up above your head. What we're focusing on here is stretching the front side of the chest, the shoulders. So try to keep a little bit of engagement in the lower abs so you're not dumping into your low back. Now the arms can either stay straight or you can start to bring the elbows down onto the ground. Bring the palms together, and then the hands come up behind the head. Maybe your thumbs touch the back of your neck. We're here for just a few more breaths. Release the hands if you had them behind you. All together we meet in puppy pose. And then walk the hands back towards the knees. Back to this tabletop. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. And then you're going to reach it up over your head. Sweep the hand down. And then again behind you. Let's do 3 circles. Sweep. Last one, big reach. And this time you're going to bring your right hand underneath your left side body. We're going to thread the needle. So start to lower your right shoulder down to any degree. If you can get your right arm or your right shoulder down, then you can start to walk your left fingertips forward. Give yourself a little bit of extra support with that left hand. And then again, walk that left hand back. So the left wrist is underneath the left shoulder. And press into the left arm to lift the body back up. Right arm reaches to the sky. And release back to tabletop. Switch over to the other side. So we're going to reach our left arm forward. And then again, make this big circle, open all the way to the back. Sweep the hand. Three big circles in either direction. And on your last one, bring that left hand underneath. Thread the needle. So take your time coming into this pose. Can certainly be a lot on the shoulder, the hips, the back. So take your time here. Once you have your left arm down, then you can walk your right hand more forward. Just a few breaths. Bring your right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Use the right arm to help push yourself back up. Left arm to the sky. And release back to tabletop. And then sit back onto the heels in thunderbolt position. And then you're going to extend both of your arms out to the sides. Spread the fingers wide. And then you're going to rotate just one hand in, and then you're going to do the opposite with both hands. So we're kind of doing this motion. Okay? So as you keep this going, you're going to start to lift your arms up, 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 and down, 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 down. So you're really trying to rotate as much as you can with the arms. Again, arms come up overhead. And lower down. Let's do one more. So here we're working on our fascial meridians. Really stretching and lengthening everything in the shoulders. Great. Now you're going to bring your arms back, and as they come forward, we're going to come into eagle arms. So the right arm is going to come underneath the left. So now you can either just keep your hands on your shoulders here. This is already great. Otherwise, if you want to take that bind with the arms, then you can take it a little bit deeper, bring the palms of the hands together, and then start to press the hands away from the head, and then reach the fingertips up towards the sky. And release the arms. This time you're going to bring both of your hands again out to your sides, but instead of the spiral rotation, we're just going to send our arms back. And then as we send them back with a little bit of force, you're going to let them come back and bounce naturally. So you're going to send them back, and then they retract on their own. So you're kind of like a bird flapping your wings. Okay, so let's again start to bounce this action with the arms, and then begin to bring your arms up over your head. And back down. 2 more. So send the arms back with a little bit of work, and then they bounce forward naturally on their own. Last one. Keep the arms straight. Great. This time as you send them back, bring them forward, eagle arms on the other side. So left arm comes underneath the right. Again, you just have the option to rest your hands on your shoulders. This is already enough. Maybe you can already feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Otherwise, you can take the bind. Last couple of breaths here. Really try to have your shoulder blades glide off your back. So you're creating more space behind the heart, in the spine, so that you're really stretching your rhomboids. And release the arms. Bring the hands behind you, the fingertips. Let's actually have your fingertips point towards the back of your mat, and the thumbs are going to point forward towards your knees. And then stay up on your fingertips. We're just going to do a gentle little shoulder stretch. So start to roll the elbows back, find more space in the collarbone, and then lift the chest up. Take a few deep breaths here. And if you can, and if it's accessible, you can start to lower down slightly, just to really increase that stretch on the front side of the shoulders, the anterior deltoid muscle. Release. Walk your hands forward. We're going to send the hips off to one side. Either side is fine. You're going to lower down onto your back. Once you're there, hug the knees into the chest. Just a little squeeze. And then keep the legs together, and you're going to bring both legs over to your right for a supine twist. So both legs come down. And then start to extend your left arm straight out to the left. And your right hand, you can either place on your rib cage or your thighs. But what we're focusing on here, the function of the pose, is a spinal twist, but also an opening of the front side of your left shoulder. And use your right hand to gently lift your knees back up. A little squeeze at the knees, gently here. And then both legs over to the left. Right arm extends out to the right. And with each exhale, you can try to release any tension that you're still holding in the body. Maybe it's the feet or the face or the hips. And this is our last pose before we take Shavasana. So really enjoy it. Melt into it. With the help of the left hand, bring the legs back up to center. Hold on to both knees and do a couple of circles with the hips. Switch directions. And extend the legs straight out for Shavasana. The palms face up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades under so you can really find more space in the collarbone. Close down the eyes. And settle fully into your body. Perhaps this was your first time back on the yoga mat after you've given birth. Or maybe this is your 100th time and you're just back for an upper body yoga class. But either way, every day we step on our mat, especially after holding a baby in our belly for almost a year, a lot of changes have happened in the body. So maybe this class today was easy for you, maybe it was hard, maybe it felt different than how it usually does. No matter how you reflect on this class, I want to remind you that you should be very proud of yourself for taking the time to prioritize you. It's super important, especially as a new mom. And I also want to remind you that we never look back on our practice with judgment. We only look back with gratitude and appreciation and love for ourselves, for our body, for our breath, and for the opportunity that we had to devote some time to ourselves. I encourage you to stay here in Shavasana for at least 2 more minutes, if not 10, however much time you have between needing to care for your baby or your family. But I'll be ending the video here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you'd like to see the behind the scenes and the making of this video, you can also check the description below. Looking forward to seeing you in the next class and back on the mat again soon. Lots of love. Namaste.